What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kevin Polite, back at it again. Beauty in the city. Man, all we do is bring in all the hottest, when I mean hot, the hottest people in the beauty industry, man. I got my boy Quinn in the house. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss it. See you soon. Man, we got to jump straight to it. What's up, Quinn?
What's going on, boss? How you feeling now?
Man, doing hell. Got my boy Dream in the house.
What up? Hey, this is definitely going to be my favorite episode of Beauty in the City because,
I'm just ready to laugh.
This is day one.
I need to know all the jokes. I need to know everything. But let's start it off, man. Who's Quinn, man? What's going on with Quinn?
Who is Quinn? Well, Quinn is a young entrepreneur out here in the DFW, born and raised. Fortunate young man, blessed to use my gifts to be able to, create opportunities for some other young brothers out here, young sisters, and also just position myself to push the envelope as far as the culture with the whole hair industry and just be a part of the growth of it, So that's pretty much me in a nutshell as far as the whole career aspect of it. Other than that, just a solid person trying to meet good people and network and do good things.
Already, man. Let everybody know where you at, man. Where you at?
6751 Matlock Road, 5 Star Fadez N Beauty, Suite 161. Y'all can check us out also at 5S Fadez on Instagram, and that's 5 with the number 5. Man, and just come on through, man, and, make an appointment, book an appointment on Style Seat, however you want to do it. If you go to the Instagram, you can check us out and book us on. We got ladies that do braids. We got quick weaves. We got sew-ins. We got dreads. We do fades. We do shortcuts. We do back design. It's whatever you need. Just come
Boy.
Yeah.
All 5 of them.
You ain't gonna miss none.
5 star.
Amen.
Man. So, man, golly, what? So you're the owner.
Yes.
You are the owner. What type of advice would you give somebody who wants to do what you're doing right now?
Oh man, what would I say in the aspect of coming in brand new? If you're trying to be a shop owner, what I would say prior to everything is just really getting your ducks in a row. Really take the time to write out your plan, communicate with as many people that are doing what you're trying to do as possible, and just try to go at it and minimize those mistakes by learning from the mistakes that those make before you is what I would recommend.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, Quinn, it's funny. You and I built our business roughly around the same time. I remember what?
Yeah, that's right. I did see his spot.
Man, I remember driving down Matlock, and I saw the word beauty on it. I was like, no, hell no, man. I was like, so I took that turn, go through the subway. I look in there. They can't really see nothing. I'm looking, I was like, man, I got to make sure, this ain't no another beauty supply store. But sure enough, it wasn't. I was like, thank goodness, man. I was like, and you know what? And I thought about that building at one point, but, I just felt like I wanted to do other routes. And knowing that when I talked to Brittany, say, shout out to Brittany in the house. Man, boy, when I found out some of the stuff that you guys went through, man, you guys, to me, had it a whole lot easier than some people. But regardless, owning the business is not easy.
At all. It doesn't get any easier either.
I bet. So, what was probably one of the downfalls during the whole process of building your store?
Downfalls. I say this. Anytime, because I have a business partner, as you mentioned, shout out to Britt. We got 2 very strong personalities. So whenever you have 2 dominant personality people trying to come together and merge, it's kind of like a legitimate marriage, pretty much. It's a merger, so like in business.
Absolutely.
So I would say coming in and really adjusting your vision with someone else's vision to make a single vision can be really challenging because if y'all are not necessarily on the same course, then it could be. But we, luckily, through the grace of God, we was able to work through those fine tunes. We had enough coaching. We had a strong support group, you know what I mean? So they got us through those rough times and helped us to kind of get ego and self and, certain things out the way, pride out the way, if you will. So, that's the only challenge we have with self. I say self, get yourself out the way.
Is that hard to do?
Absolutely. Of course, you gotta, I'll say this, man, not even just in business. If you can't really check self, it's just difficult to do anything on a consistent basis, in my opinion, and just stay in that good, I guess, joyful space, if you will.
Yeah. Man, I never had the opportunity to have someone on my side, not necessarily on my side, to have to speak with other people about my goal and one vision, one goal, one mindset. Man, that's again, that has to be hard when it comes to other people's opinions. So some of the things that you agreed on or didn't agree, what did you do to just say, okay, you're right, let's just go ahead and do it?
So I say this, like in merger or marriage, and in the case in my situation, I'm dealing with a successful, powerful black woman. In like any scenario, you have to learn what battles to fight. That's what I'd say. Ultimately, if her mindset is solid, and even though I can be set in my ways.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to always push that agenda, because most scenarios, most entrepreneurs are used to things kind of going how you envision, because we're visionaries, so we visualize and we execute, visualize and execute.
Absolutely.
So to have that mentality and come out of that and make tweaks and adjust and call audibles, but it's like any other sport. You can't make no adjustments. It's just gonna be difficult on the fly to really survive with all the changes that are going to happen. So, I mean, it just is what it is.
Boy, you ain't right, man. I'm telling you, man, that's just not easy.
Nah.
Quinn is definitely, I just want to give him a shout out because, man, sometimes when I really deep dive and think about it, it's hard for me to keep from getting emotional. Because Quinn is one of the only humans prior to, we just lost James,
Yeah.
So James, my best friend James, just passed away 2 years ago. And we all grew up in the Oak Cliff, over there off of Bonneview. We used to go to the boys club, Oak Cliff Boys Club every single day.
Yeah.
And Quinn seen how I lived. He seen the roaches.
We both had them.
He seen the lights off. He seen my daddy, walk in. He seen my stepfather, just the whole thing. And to see my brother now have his own, his spot is amazing.
It is.
And it's
nice.
amazing. All the graphics, the art, Quinn actually painted that. That's him.
What?
Yeah, he's a painter. He's an artist. He's a real painter. Like,
whoa.
All that graphics, all that stuff, that big old spaceman that's in the back, those stars on the side, Jada Sweet with Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
He painted that.
I wonder why Brittany didn't say anything.
Yeah,
That's the first thing
Yeah.
that I noticed.
Yeah,
I was
Quinn.
like, well, give it to Brittany. She did not know when she was doing a client's hair. I went in the other side, the barber side, and I looked around. I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
And it's crazy because I remember me and Quinn, we used to draw tennis shoes when we was little.
Yes, we did.
So we used to draw Jordans because we couldn't afford them. So we used to draw them.
did.
But he was always way better. Like,
Did you already envision that?
The shop itself?
No, the shop having the drawings and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So anything on that scale, you gotta blueprint that.
You knew that was gonna happen.
You know what's crazy, man? I don't dream. At least if I do, they say we all subconsciously dream, whatever the case may be. If I do, I don't remember. I guess I just be so exhausted. I'm a worker. So all in all, man, I had that vision. We'll call it, I don't know if I can call it a dream. I call it a vision. I saw that shop exactly as it was, a legitimate 5 dreams in a row, which I thought was insane, to the point where I even got upset with God a little bit because I just didn't have the resources for it. So I was like, okay, I don't know why you keep sending me this. Like, I got the money to do any of that you're talking about. And of course, anything God's gonna do, he'll provide provisions for us. So it all lined up. But yeah, I saw it way before it actually manifested.
It's crazy, man. Even if I pinpoint it, I tried to figure it out, but I really probably just don't have the spiritual capacity to really do it. But and I think about everything, how the 360 degree hit us.
Yeah.
Me and Quinn's name is one letter apart.
Yeah.
Our names are one letter apart.
Yeah. Daughter's name.
Both of us have Jada's.
That's crazy.
My daughter's Jada. His daughter's Jada. His daughter's name Jada.
We didn't play any of this, y'all.
No, we didn't play none of that. Absolutely.
Jada's not a common name.
Not like that.
It's not like that. I mean,
it's a beautiful name.
Yeah, like it just keeps going on. Like, and then we reconnected. I seen him again. Gave each other a huge hug. We seen each other at the gym. I could, man, like when I seen him, I was just like, bro, I know, because first of all, we nowhere near the cliff. We out here in Lifetime Gym, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And he trying to go back
And
that way like that.
And so I had to make sure that I'm seeing it.
This wasn't a cliff situation.
This is my brother. Like we every single day. Like I couldn't afford a Nintendo. So Quinn had a Nintendo. So he would bring his whole Nintendo over to my house.
The original Nintendo.
Yeah, because I couldn't leave. My stepfather, he was a preacher. So it was really like I couldn't leave. It was stuck. So Quinn would come over there with the games. If anybody know about Nintendo, we blowing them joints. playing, yeah. We playing double dribble, playing Mike Tyson all
Pretty
day,
much.
Mario Bros all day. That was our life. And I just remember being so happy when he came over. You know what I mean? Like, okay, bro, here we good. And being sad when he left. Like, damn, he gotta go.
Yeah.
And of course, life happened. And then we back in each other's life, and we have so many different, like so many similar situations. So he built a salon, and lo and behold, my daughter is in the middle of getting her license.
Yeah.
And who better to have her?
This was in 2020?
This is Jada got licensed. Jada graduated from high school in 2020.
Okay.
So she got her license, right after in 2021.
Yeah.
And
We
then
built in 2022, so
yeah, and then here's and I gotta give Uncle Quinn a huge bowl of flowers for this one. Quinn was in transition, just speaking real talk, like as far as men. And then he was like, and I was like, man, I need somewhere for Jada to be that I can make sure she's safe.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, it wasn't nowhere. And then Quinn, me and him just talking. And then one day I asked him, I said, so, man, what you gonna do with the spot with the Nipsey Hussle? He said, oh yeah, that's my spot. That's why I'm posting up in there. I said, all right. So a month go by, 2 months go by, 3 months go by. He still ain't in there. I'm like, yo, man, what you gonna do with the spot? I said, man, I'm fit to go in there. 4 months go by, so 6 months go by. And I'm like, hey man, what I gotta do, dog? Jada need a spot. I need somewhere where she's safe and nobody gonna mess with her. And I think he paused, and then he said, man, I'll think about it. And he called me back a week ago. He said, man, tell baby girl, come on.
Yeah.
That's Quinn's spot that he gave to Jada.
Yeah.
she took it.
Yeah.
And she deserved it because it was really for her. I was in her way. I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
She has blossomed tremendously. Jada is a tremendous asset.
I mean, it's a dope. I mean, if anybody go to super plug, I'm always say go to JC Styles on Instagram. But it's just dope. I mean, for that to be her first she was somewhere. Shout out to Damon too. I want to take them from Damon. He was housing her at first. Damon lost the spot. The rent, the owner, it was changed to ownership.
Yeah.
So he had to leave the spot. And now Jada don't have nowhere to go. And I told Quinn, I was like, yo, I need some. And he was like, man, tell her, come on.
All that then that happened. All that stuff happened quick.
Yeah, and it happened quick. So think about it. The whole circle of life. Us at 9 years old
To current.
to now, he's in there. I don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, she's solid.
Ever when it comes to Jada. I don't even kind of
She
think
just
about it.
books her appointments, clients
Right
come
there,
in.
right next to Brittany. Brittany
Yep.
ain't gonna play no games.
She's
Nope.
solid.
Right across from Quinn. I ain't gotta worry about it.
Yeah.
And she knows she loved and respected and value. We make sure that she understands that, and we encourage her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I did not have coming in. Maybe it's due to talent, I'm not sure. But a lot of times we don't always boost each other, you know what I'm saying? Especially when we see a joker kind of coming up on our heels. We'll kind of sabotage or make sure they don't pass us.
Sabotage.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
how we do. You know how
for
we do.
sure.
We get
Oh,
to
he trying to creep
sprinkling,
on me.
Get to sprinkling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I do mean salt. But,
Just
I never really wanted to...
Sprinkles
Yeah,
of
man, we try to
salt.
congratulate and boost
Yeah.
her up, man.
Yeah.
I want her to get $1 million. Get $1 million.
No,
out of
that's
it.
what's
Milk
up.
it.
And I
Man.
want to publicly just say, man, thank you, bro, just for your heart. Thank you for just you. I know you didn't have to do that. It is crazy. I think it was at one point where definitely you did not want to do that.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
fact.
it just made so much sense because you got on the road.
Yeah.
It just was
It
just
lined up.
it was
God
just
knew what
like
he was doing.
it
You
was
know, we
just
be thinking we know. God got him.
He sent you another
plan.
message.
He got his own plan.
Yeah, man. I know I got on your nerves, bro. And I just want listen, you know how you ever see somebody, gratitude is everything, man.
Yeah.
Even though men say, "Oh man, I'm good. We don't need," no, we do.
Yeah.
We do, because we don't get it enough. And so I always try to big up anybody that I can. You know, we talk all the time, bro. But just publicly, for the record, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, bro, for looking out for baby girl.
Well, thank you, bro, for sending on my way and trusting me with something so valuable to you. And to be honest with you, bro, she's a replica of you. I tell her all the time. I piggyback on that all the time to let her know, like, man, you like your daddy. You look like him. You act like him. And, you know, just to remind her, because, you know, me knowing you to the depth that I know you, you've been hustling since high school, big dog. So,
Right.
you know, to go back when you was promoting parties to current,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to seeing her out here pushing her campaign.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's just refreshing.
Fun fact: if everybody didn't know, now you know.
Oh, they didn't know that?
cool.
Jada,
Oh.
no, Jada is my birthday gift.
Oh, yeah, born on the same day.
Same birthday, bro. Special woman. Not to say woman, because she's a woman now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful, blossoming woman, and man, just seeing her, man, mature and y'all doing your thing. I wanted to hang out with y'all the other day at Star Fadez. Had a dope little hangout. Y'all look dope in y'all shirts.
Yeah, they look cool.
Yeah,
They look
I like,
cool
yo,
in there,
man, I want a
man.
shirt. I want to come hang out. It's
They
a whole
look, take a
swag.
whole bunch of pictures and stuff and
Yeah, man.
videos.
And but guys, like, no, this is her time.
Yeah.
Let her be with her people and do the thing. So shout out to you, man. But back to on the business.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to go into barbering
Okay.
for Kevin Polite. This is I wanted to be kind of a selfish end for him to learn. You've been in his shop, right?
Kevin Polite.
Have you? No, Unique Image. Have
Oh,
you been
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does he need
In his shop?
in his shop when it comes to barbers? You know, what would you say, man, you know what? I think this would be good, because we want to pick your brain right now for your beauty supply store.
So, in all fairness,
Not necessarily my shop. Like,
Okay,
if
gotcha,
you were to
gotcha.
go to a beauty supply store
I
and
love
say,
it. I was going to say, bro, I went to your setup. So I walked through your setup. I truly, in fact, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but sometimes, you know, some cases when we do things, I'm just talking about our culture, you know, it's not always as organized or on point like that. So to
Right.
see something from the culture, that fire, that on point, that prestige, that organized, that set up, and that established, it was just refreshing to me. Because I had never been in. Brittany, of course, mentioned it to me. I guess she was blowing balloons up or something like that y'all had going that day. And so it gave me an opportunity to go meet your staff and just kind of do a little walk around. Not a size of product, so to speak, because I was brief. But all in all, in New York, right, one thing I like about New Yorkers is they don't waste nothing because they don't have much. So the little square footage they get, they maximize it.
For sure.
And that's kind of what you've done. So, you know, to see that, it's just like, okay, brother, own it. He owned it. He's solid. This is what this is. Okay. And like I said, I saw the big gorilla forever. So we was just wondering what was going on. So absolutely, man. I product-wise, I don't know. Barber-wise, I think you on point as far as how you got your structure. I think any product they own, and I don't know. I guess you'd have to look at what's set and what ain't.
so what kind of setup do you have at your station? What kind of clippers you got?
Well, you know, I'm babyless for the most part. I like
Okay.
the cordless vibe. Just recently transitioned to that. But other than that, just walls or typically Andes on my edging game. But that's pretty much me. I keep it simple.
What are the Bentley clippers?
That'll be the babyless.
Babyless is like, okay, you got that?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right,
They
then after the Bentley, what would be like with the Mercedes? What is it?
Well, you know what I would say, man. If I had to do, I Bugatti
Balls,
them.
the Andes.
I'd have to Bugatti them babyless, man. They literally just smashed the game. It's like a legitimate hypercar.
Oh, those are gold ones?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a
I keep
legitimate
seeing them.
hypercar.
It's like a whole
Yeah,
different
just
color.
go
I
ahead.
got the
You can
black
whatever
ones,
color
the
you
gold
want.
ones,
Yeah,
a
you
matte
want.
color one.
The motor in them,
really?
bro. And
Yeah.
that blade is titanium, so it's a nice.
Oh, and
little-
so you had them in that one case.
Oh yeah, I just read up not too long ago. I
Okay.
had some. In fact, I know a lot of them Father's Day's gift. That'd be a solid Father's Day gift. But
Shit,
anyways,
yeah.
Yeah.
I got them on deck. You know, so they just
Happy early Father's Day to both y'all,
I mean,
man.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
so
Father,
much.
you
For
too,
sure, my
dog.
brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Dope dads all the time. Every
Man.
time. I be on the phone with KP. He was like, hey, KP, I was on the phone with him last night. He's like, man, watch this, listen to this. And he opened the door. It's quiet, right?
Mhm.
He said, watch when I open the door. He opened the door like this. He was like, all I heard was, ah. He closed the door. He said, yeah, that's when I'm about to walk
he
into.
opened the door. You hear beep beep beep. Ah, daddy. Daddy. So it's one of those things, man. It's probably the highlight of the day.
So, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day,
all
man.
The fathers,
No
depending
doubt.
on when you
You
see
know,
them.
what? Yeah, I need to shout out. What's the name? We need some father's figure stuff in the
Oh,
store,
for
man.
sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, brother Reggie.
Reggie George.
Yeah, we need to get some father figure stuff because it's Father's Day,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I know
I
he's
definitely got some
booming.
Father's gear coming. But
Yeah,
I definitely love rocking that. I want to learn more, like, because my thing, Quinn, so Kevin, KP, he's my client. And we've only talked to 2 other barbers so far, right?
Yep.
Reggie George and
Khalil.
Khalil. I think you know of Khalil. I think you and Khalil probably met back in the day. Khalil used to go to he's on the Hakeem and that on that Muslim side. Them
He
boys
sounds
super cold.
super familiar, bro.
And he's
I'm
in
trying to put
LA
folks
now,
with.
man. They
Okay.
going crazy cutting. But just for barbers, because we've talked to a lot of stylists, what would be the man if I had a beauty supply
Mhm.
store? I would do this for barbers, or I would have this for barbers. Is there anything you missing?
So right now, I wouldn't necessarily say what's missing, what's not missing. I'll say that what's pretty much typical nowadays with the transition of everything. Sponges are big. Most places typically have those. Clippers are definitely essential. I mean, that's pretty much the bulk of us. And then our razor game, you just kind of vary on how you want to do that as far as keeping that pretty much, you know what I'm saying, whatever little brand that people like using. And, we got different little flavors with
And
that. Some people
blades,
like
right?
straight, yeah. So some people like
You
straight
keep
blades.
you
some
keep a
people
lot of
don't.
blades there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
What about what are the things called that you lay over your?
capes.
Is it called a cape?
Yeah, smock or a cape.
Smocks or
So smocks are
capes?
typically what we wear as far as our individual cape to cover and protect our clothes, and of course the barber cape will be for the client.
And do you carry that?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh
good.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
do have some of that stuff. It's just the style. It's all about style and different colors and all this stuff. I mean, it's like clothing.
I don't know if I would. Now this is just me speaking in regards to that topic. If I'm in a situation where I own a beauty store, so to speak, I mean the women dominate the industry.
Yeah,
I mean, in all fairness, that's what $1 billion
Period, yeah.
is. Not to say
I
that the
agree.
men don't eat, we eat, but we're catching up. Like
Right.
like haircuts are finally getting to a space to kind of catch up with the beauty world. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But even in that, man, we kind of finicky. I don't know if for example, you say go get a cape, right? And you got some guys like this cape. Some guys want a custom cape. This guy want a hole in his. You know what I mean? And then most people go online. So me myself, would I personally make a huge investment in that aspect of it? Probably not. I would just stick to the tools and the essentials of what they need.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
that way I ain't just got too much in stock sitting on something that they not moving. And
Yeah.
That's the
this
worst
and-
thing to have. It's just sitting on something for
product
no
that
reason.
Don't nobody want.
Yep.
Inventory wise.
For
Yeah,
no
that's-
reason.
That's wasted money. But nonetheless, I mean that's all I would honestly say. And as far as capes and that aspect of it, because people kind of online that a lot. But yeah,
So how long? So you've been cutting hair for a long time, obviously.
30 plus, big dog.
Oh yeah.
30 plus,
30 plus,
years. So you're a senior level, executive
Oh, yeah.
level as a
Mastery.
barber, a master.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm on the other side of it. Big.
Master
Man,
I done seen it change and come back. However long that takes.
right. Well, I mean, I say that because, and I learned this from another barber friend of mine that, there's a younger generation, then there's the middle generation that still looks up to the people who are still doing it, and then you have those who almost to the retirement stage. 30 years, that's a long time.
That's a minute.
Do you have an exit strategy? You still pushing?
You know what I come up with? I mean, everybody has a different philosophy on it, but this is my gift from God more than anything.
Yeah.
It's been in me my whole life, and I was fortunate enough to have a mother to see it and invest in it early. So that's how I was able to start early. Got my first pair of clippers. I was 8, finna turn 9, and I just never looked back. And so I mean, for me, I'm gonna die doing it. Till my hands stop working, pretty much. I'm gonna serve. I mean, because it's my way to serve. You know what I mean? It's my way to get back. It's my way to take care of and do something. And I just don't ever see no reason to stop serving. I mean, yeah, I don't really do it strictly for monetary value because I did it for free for years. It took a tremendous amount just to get jokers to pay when it was time to pay. I was like, bro, y'all got to give me my money now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking family members,
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So how long did you have to do things for free?
Well, starting at 9.
Cause you got to get your name
It took
out
a
there.
minute. It
You got to
took a
get
minute.
you got to get your name out there.
But Joker ain't trying to hear you at 9. 10 years old, 11 years old.
Right.
By the time I was 14, high school years, I was good enough to take care of my own hair, enough to advertise like that, because that was my advertisement. We didn't have cards or nothing like that. So pretty much people were like, who cut your hair? I'm like, I cut my hair. They were like, no, you didn't. And that's how it went. So I was like, okay, cool. So if you did your hair, it's really
Right.
And I had one pair of walls, and I edged with them, cut with them.
Walls.
Yeah, they was hot, bro. They be hot as I don't know what by the end of it. We garaging it, we porching it. It's wherever we got to get it at that point.
Oh man, hey Quinn, man, I'm telling you, I got one more question, but we don't have no time. I'm gonna wait for this question. But anyways, man, obviously you enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
You know, these guys, you know, I know they spill all their issues, their problems, the goods and bads when you're at the barbershop, man. I mean, obviously you say you're never ever gonna quit, so you just enjoy motivating people to continue doing what they're doing.
I just enjoy being part of the culture, to be honest
Yeah.
with you, man. I don't want
That's what it does.
I don't want to become a dinosaur and just become obsolete too quick. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I ain't trying to retire. It is what
Right.
it is. I want to stay hip. I mean, not necessarily hip, and then I got kids, so I just kind of want to stay in their world so that they don't just I'm totally blind to what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't keep up with all of it. I'm not a social media guru like that.
Right.
But at the same token, you know, I just want to remain relevant and, you know, not become obsolete or something they got to discard type thing.
Boy.
So.
Man, we got my boy Quinn in the house. Got my boy, man, Dream in the house,
Yep,
man.
yep.
Guys, do not touch anything. Keep watching. Like, share, subscribe. We'll be right back with y'all.
Let's go.
Salute.
Thanks again, y'all. We're back at it. Beauty in the city. Got my boy Quinn. Man, got my boy Dream in the house. I got to ask this question.
What you got, dog?
Okay, Quinn, I want you to be real, okay?
Gotcha.
Have you ever been in a situation, I see it on TikTok, when you just bzz, and you mess up?
Of course.
Oh.
Of course.
I'm talking
Oh.
like
I'm
the
talking
guy.
about epic.
The guy doesn't even know. He's just
Epic.
having a good time. Might be listening to some music.
How do you play it off, though?
I mean, what?
What's your question? Have I ever messed up or what's your question? Let me hear the question so I can answer the
I
question.
need to know. The first customer that comes to mind right now.
Okay, yeah, I sure had one. It came immediately.
You don't have to say no
Oh,
names.
Lord.
Okay, cool.
But the first customer, when I ask you that question that comes to mind, first of all, what happened and how did you
Okay, so
become still Quinn?
and then this is what's really crazy. That's my guy. So, and I'm gonna say his name just because we gonna put it out there. Say shout out to Billy Woods, man.
Billy
That's my dude,
Woods.
man. He been loyal forever, big bro. I
Billy.
appreciate all your love and and your dedication.
Billy
he got
Woods.
10
In spite of,
credits.
big dog.
He got 10 credits.
In
right
spite
now.
of
Billy
but,
Woods. Hey man,
some-
tag
man.
Billy Woods when we
For
get
real.
this,
check me
man.
out. So I'm cutting Billy one day and I'm talking too much, you know. I'm just doing too much, you know, monologuing. And I thought I put my one guard on and did not set it securely and went to go hit the fade and get the bulk out, which anybody that's a barber, y'all already know you get the bulk out in areas where it's pretty thick and you try
Yeah.
to make your transition for your fade. So if you mess that up, whatever little concept idea you initially had as a wrap. You can either reset it for the grow back and prepare for that work. Yeah, it's a wrap. This is when he realized. You hear me?
Oh,
So
Lord.
Billy took it like, now I'm gonna say this. You asked the question, you said, what do you do? Now this is my guy. And you know, black folks take their hair pretty serious.
Yeah.
So it's not something you can play with. I ain't trying to go to war with Billy. Billy's a big boy.
Man.
So you just gotta own that, man. You gotta
Oh,
take that
Lord.
Gotta
love, man.
own it.
I mean, of course, this is a free service on this one. I mean,
Yeah.
I take this one on the chin. And Billy was a good character because I put it in a really bad spot, man. I had to get my almost to south of France, man. I put it in such a bad location, man. You know, we had to almost get that Houston. Remember the Houston fade, bro? We just had the little patch in the, But he took it on the chin, came back like 3 weeks later. We got him back right. And he was able to get him back. It took a minute because he took a whole patch.
Boy, no,
Lord.
Billy, no, man. God damn.
Shout out
Poor
Billy, man.
Billy.
My bad, big dog. Appreciate
Shout out
you,
to
fam.
Billy.
Man, so when this happened, did you just say, oops?
I
My
didn't want to
bad.
oops him, but I got stuck. I got stuck, dog, because it was. So this is how
Hey, my man did it on the thing.
I want to fix it. So in my mind,
you mid-stride like,
bruh,
Did he know you did it already?
not
or was it-
initially, not
oh,
initially.
you tried to
Not
play
I didn't play it off. I
It's
just
like,
had to pause because
so,
I had to
bruh,
figure out how I'm gonna approach this.
Right.
Because I gotta tell this man some pretty tragic
Hey,
information.
man, look, I got to tell you something.
Combined, we gotta come up with a whole new game plan real quick.
Quinn.
Yeah, I was like, bro, man, my bad, dog. So, bro,
I don't know how to
look,
say it. What was the
Yeah.
words? What was the words, man?
that's kind of it, man. Hey, fam,
Damn,
you gotta soften it up. Try to rev him up. Ah, what's up? What?
But,
Ah, man, my bad, bro. I got you.
It's not funny. It's fucked up.
And I done laughed in. Luckily, like I said, Billy's a good character, man. I'm glad he's secure in his own
Oh
space.
gosh.
Do that to an insecure person, that might end up completely different.
dang.
So,
Dang,
yeah.
Billy. I'm not even laughing at you, man. That's horrible.
Yeah, it was a rough day.
Man.
The head's
Hey,
on fire, though,
for
Billy.
those-
It's happened to everyone. I mean, I know it has.
So for those who don't have a good friend like Billy, how do you come back from that?
Don't
Quinn?
mess up, bro. I mean, you might not come back. Let me rephrase this. You'll come back. He might not come back. Let
Right,
me say that. I mean,
right.
it's like this, man. You're not gonna be great at anything without making some mistakes. So, Kobe Bryant didn't have no left. Missed three jumpers in the
for sure.
postseason and went to the gym. So, I wouldn't definitely be discouraged just because in the beginning you're not gonna be as Trump tight or as polished as you may want to be. But if you stay the course, what is it, 10,000 man hours on average to master any craft? So put your work in, stay consistent, be hungry.
Yeah.
You'll get your work in. You'll cut your mistakes down. It's been a while. It's been some years since I didn't had a folly, shall we say. But of course, I approach things with a lot more of a methodical approach and just stick to my system. And once you create good habits, it gets kind of repetitious. And then from there, you get your usuals. You know what they want. They know what you want to do. Yeah. And everything becomes a pretty cool relationship.
Yeah. Said that exactly how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
Boy.
But no, you can't keep messing up. I don't want to say that. Now, you
Yeah,
might get one or two of those. And yeah,
can't.
not a lot of Billy.
That's devastating. And shout out to anybody. Oh my God! Like, if my man on his way to his wedding, like that's this barber's really on. Y'all.
It's pressure, bro. It's pressure.
Yeah, it's
if
some
you are not,
pressure,
I want to know
getting
more
it,
about
don't
these
do it.
stories, man. There's gotta be
Oh,
A ton of them.
It's
ton of
it's
them.
Definitely.
Man, surely they could comment, right?
Oh yeah, definitely comment.
Man,
If you got
I would-
you got a barber horror story.
Man.
Or if you are a barber
There's some
with a
out
horror
there.
story.
Oh,
Let
they
us-
out there.
Let the other beauty industry hear it so they can learn how and what not to do
Amen.
from that situation.
Boy, I can understand when he come. He said it just fell off. It
Man, but it was me just talking, just not. Typically, mistakes are
He thought
made
he
when
took
you
the-
being
put
careless.
the one on.
It
and
one
everybody
on,
hit the
yeah.
whole scalp.
And I'm coming
Yeah.
down, so when you go up, it's
So you
it's
had a
probably
two?
been
What you
better.
had? What
So
was
he
supposed to be on
So
there?
he just got hit with the
With the
clipper.
what?
With the clipper with no guard.
With the clipper, bro.
Hey, that was for the ball fade.
And I tried to dye it, but you can't dye scalp.
You
So that
can't
was out.
dye
That was
scalp,
out. I tried to
bro.
put a
You
little
can't
colors in if I
dye
can't
it.
get a little temporary.
Hey, you picked that hair up that dropped on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Hey,
man.
But
I
I
wish
just
you
feel
got
bad
a
for
blue.
Billy. I keep talking about Billy. I apologize, Billy. Man, hey, man, we got to meet Billy. But it's got to been a time when he was just, yeah, man. Yeah.
Now, Billy girl felt some type of way.
Everything was good.
Billy took it on the chin, but his girl had something to say. I'm put that out there. She was definitely on the side, bro. My girl was like, "Hey, you got one more time." I was like, "No, ain't worry about it, big dog. I don't need you in the bad space with you.
Yeah.
With your significant other."
Now let me ask you a question. When you talk about the culture, what do you see the culture at? Most definitely barbers are on the cool therapists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
they're therapists too. And I
At
think
a men's level.
yeah, at a men's level.
Because women, at a beauty salon, they talk to me emotional stuff. Men hold their emotions, and then you go to a barbershop and disclose and display all their issues, and then you got a man talk,
It's it's real, man. The
a brother
barbershop,
talk.
That is definitely a culture, man.
The beautiful thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wondering, how do you feel about the culture? Growing into the culture, you said you're a part of the culture, and if there's anything that you would like to see more in the culture.
So first question, how do I feel about the culture? I never wanted to be one of those guys that as I got older, I didn't embrace transition and change and be stuck in my own little, I guess, time frame or whatever the case may be. So I was always open. And what I've always tried to do with the culture is embrace it and add to it. So even though, okay, that sponging when that first came, I was like, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, balled under the hat. didn't really understand it. I was like, why do you want to be nappy, big dog? It just don't make no sense. But I was able to kind of implement my way of doing things because as a barber and as an artist, I'm one of them barbers. If I don't like what you're trying to make me do, then I'll send you somewhere that can get you what you need because I ain't really feeling that and I can't create that. So rather than take your money and jack you up. So I try to be a part of the culture. As far as where I want to see the culture go, man, honestly, I'm really just proud of how much it has evolved, how much the game has truly changed. From the cordless clipper, bro, and how the clipper game has shifted to the promo aspect of all these apps that just make it so much more simpler, to social media making you kind of way more of a bigger, I guess, location or a person to get at. You know what I'm saying? In a much more simpler way. I mean, it's just so much easier. When I started and everything was analog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had to go out there and it was all about word of mouth. And I mean, you still need that, of course. Your products still need to be solid. They still need to talk about you. But at the same token, it's no good if they can't find you. So
shout out to the price change.
No doubt. Because everything else changed. The price changed on everything else, big dog.
Yo, shout
Everything's
out.
up.
My man's is, Khalil was in here talking the other day. I was like, bruh. So he in LA.
Yeah. Oh, they taxing. They got to.
Oh, man. My man
You
starting
say
at
175?
150.
For what? A
150? Basic.
Really?
Then he got
In
customers paying too.
But think about it. You're in LA, so cost of everything is
But 150?
150.
Bro, that's triple, bro. So if I'm making 150 per head, we got to think, man, in a day's time, I can do 20 heads.
Yeah.
So,
That was my next question. I mean, how many do you cut a day?
man, the most I've ever done
I'm
in a
talking about
day
that-
was 30. On average, I try to do no more than maybe 12. Yeah, I've done 30 heads in one day.
In one
dog.
day?
In one day, dog. I started at 7 to get through to
How?
like 9. Well, I'll say this. You got to build up to that. And what I mean by that is you need to know the clientele so you kind of know what everybody wants. So your consultations ain't all day. You know what I mean? You kind of know how to run through. And I can take my time, but I know how to go and get up in there if I need to. I know how to be quiet, put my music on, get focused, and get y'all up out of here. Everybody got to go. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, when I first opened the shop, it was just me. It was just me and Brittany for a whole year covering all of that. So, man, it was a Thanksgiving. I was like, bruh, I appreciate the money, but
everybody
bruh,
got it clean so they can go to Thanksgiving.
Bruh, it was crazy. I'm talking a whole barbershop full. It's just me.
Wow.
It's just me. So, I mean, but we got them up out of
How
there.
long was the wait time?
You know, bro, I can get you out of there on average if I got to roll with you. I can get you out there 12, 13 minutes if I got to get you on up out of here. And I'm talking about set you down, get you draped, get you cut, get you clean, get you out. If I got to get you on up out of there, I can get you on up out of there. Unless you talk about something extra.
You did that. That's
No. Quinn comes from a breed, like his breed. So shout out. Let's go and give him a shout out. Shout out to London.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
See, he's from London. He from
Yeah.
He from the
From
OG.
the Killers.
London,
it was a squad full of
them
murder.
boys. London. It was London, and what was the other one?
You talking about Initial Londons and Stars?
Stars.
Yeah.
That's right. London and Stars.
Stars is when I came in to messing with just dealing with that whole process and messing with him and all that good stuff. But yeah, he made all the Killers. Ace, Reggie, Sip.
Yep.
You know, Tony.
So all these. This is where Sip came from. This is where all the people came from. Came from London, the Stars. I think Big C came from. Did you know Big C came from London?
He was there for a little bit.
Yeah, Big C. So Big C was on the show a couple of weeks
So
ago.
what was your first shop? What was the first shop?
That was my first shop, bro.
Yeah, London.
It is crazy, man. I'll put this information out there, man. Shout out to my boy, man, for taking me in. But he just let me walk in. It's crazy how it all went. Because I didn't have everything together, so to speak, because I'm a shade tree barber.
Yeah.
So, you know, I took forever to get my license. I procrastinated on a lot of little things that needed to be done as far as the paperwork. And so he was cool enough. I was actually paying for school, working in the shop. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get a license because I'm in the shop. So I put myself in school, paid for school. It was crazy because I told my instructor, hey, man, I can't come on Saturday. He's like, what you mean you can't come on Saturday? I was like, look, I got to go cut hair. You want your money or you don't? Because it's coming out of pocket. So it was just, I don't know, man. I had a really immense amount of favor on me to pursue this. So I know I'm walking in what God has for me because it's just been a simple transition. Every time I've tried to walk away or stray or do something else, it's always complicated and challenging. So I'm like, okay, Lord. And like I said, we ain't going to buck. We're going to learn to embrace what we love. But yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we had to have a come to Jesus meeting.
Is that what we doing, big dog?
No, yeah, the other day we had to get with it. But I like it because shout out to mentors and trainers. And I think, Quinn, to be honest with you, I think that's where you probably need to start looking at because now you become the master. and there's other barbers that are wanting to learn and techniques and stuff. So if you've been in the game this long, man, 30 years, everybody needs to sit down and listen.
You think so, bro? What's insane is, man, it's man, it's hard to find people that truly are So we from a different cut, fam, where we had to truly get it out the mud. People say that, but a lot of people don't truly understand the mentality that comes along with that.
Right.
So when you're dealing with a lot of more of this newer, I guess, move, if you will, to where I mean, I ain't saying that it's not struggle and it's not challenges. I'm just saying it's just not out the mud, bro. You can kind of walk in at $40 a cut. You know what I mean? You can walk in and make your money. You know what I mean? And you ain't even really that talented. So people are making good money that are not even gifted. That was unheard of in my day. Like, you could just miss that. You just not finna do it. You license, no license. So all in all, man, it's just been really cool just watching this whole just process switch up, and I definitely want to get into that lane to be more of a help and more of a voice for the culture, for these young cats to come out. I've made a ton of mistakes, and I feel like I'm one of those that I don't have a problem sharing that. You know what I'm saying? And telling you where I slipped up. And, I think people need to do that more often in mentorships anyway,
And structure side of things, I want to pick your brain if I could, because I definitely, I'm going to definitely by 2025, Jada will have her own. I'm hoping God graces me with that.
Her own business, her own shop,
her own
salon,
whole salon situation. No later than 26, but definitely around that time. But
she heard you.
Yeah.
You want my honest opinion?
Structure wise, what's the best? Like, if you could look at what you got going on right now, and you're like, dang, you know what? If I did this would have been way better. Or, because I know you have, would say, please go to Star Fadez N Beauty in Arlington. It's super dope. It's amazing. It's a dope spot, unlike anybody else.
Great atmosphere.
Yeah, it's super nice. The music, the whole floor, everything. My man got the floors busting, the ceiling. My man even painted the ceilings. Like, if you look up in the, like, there's some spaceships flying on the side, bro. You gotta pay attention to detail.
5-star, dog. We got space.
It's real talk. And so go check it out. But also, so I'm looking at the structure of it, and it's 3 really nice suites, and then that's where the stylists are, and then it's a wall in a separation, really dope, nice back area for the bathroom, and then I think it's 5 open floor. Maybe 6 open
5
floor.
barbers. Yeah, we got five chairs.
5 chairs. Yeah. Really nice. I mean, the chairs are super nice. But structure wise, what are you thinking? Like, what's the best?
What would I recommend in regards to Jada? Jada solid. In regards to really running a shop, what I would say off the rip is just be prepared for the challenges of personalities. Make sure that you're mature enough planning wise to understand you're gonna have to really be patient. And by really be patient, I'm just saying, like, every time people don't pay on time, or, you know what I'm saying, or you're dealing with a scenario where, jokers may leave without saying nothing. Like, you cannot lose composure every time something don't go as anticipated or people are not as advertised. And that's going to happen, as crazy as it sounds, more often than not.
Yeah.
So you got to prepare your mind for people not being as advertised. And if you can handle that calmly, respectfully, I say do it. As far as structure goes, get with the people that are structured. Figure out how to get their business plan. Look at some business plans. Get your stuff down. Figure out what you need to do. Understand your lease agreement. Study leases. Understand what a triple net is. Understand what a balloon lease is. Like, do your research so that you kind of know what you're getting into so you don't get screwed. You know what I mean? In our case, we did a build out. That's a whole nother headache, because you're dealing with contractors. Contractors is a whole nother world of challenges. I would recommend on the initial situation to go, I ain't gonna say small, but I would definitely minimize the overhead before I just jump out there and just try to, take on all of that. We were fortunate God had his own plan. Pretty sure in the case of her, he will too. Let me say this. Pray. Before you do anything, man, ask God to really show you, put it on your heart, give you the guidance, put the people in your space that you need, because you're going to need that, because the devil coming. If you try to do something for God, the devil is on his way. It'll be a calling all cars. Yeah, and he ain't bringing nothing you don't want or nothing you don't like. So that's just a test. I say prepare for the test is what I say. You want to step out here and you want to really be on your own and position yourself to excel and do great things or really be the exception to the game, just prepare for the test. And pray and stay prayed up and try to get your hub around you, so you got all your protective people and all your soldiers, your prayer warriors, if you will, whatever your faith may be. and just and go for it. Step
Yeah,
on
like, I
out
mean,
there.
like he said, he was in there by himself for a whole.
Year and some change.
Can you imagine that? You paying that rent, and you don't have nobody but you and Brett.
Bruh, imagine doing it after paying everything to get in.
Boy, no, exactly, man. And to have that type of mindset, you have to. When I say, I mean, you have to have a lot of willingness to succeed. I mean, it's easy to fold. Just say, man, I ain't doing this no more. I'm out.
It is.
It is so easy.
And that's gonna happen.
Quinn, let me ask you this: you knowing what you where you were raised, Oak Cliff, whatever. You had the goods and the bad.
Mm-hmm.
The person you are today, what was one of the reality checks you had to have for you to say, hey, I'm going to be this type of person?
What a reality check. So my mom, Kim, similar to this gentleman here, by Dream, we both come from scenarios where it just wasn't the most ideal upbringing, quote unquote. So my mother's decisions in the aspect of her addictions, not to even just be on all of that, but watching her go through, and my mom started up. So I watched the descend, if you will. You know what I mean? And as a young age, I saw that. I'd say by 6, 7 years old, I saw that. I knew then. I was like, nah. I was like, first of all, I'm not trying to stay here. I can't do that. I mean, I kind of started setting my tone pretty early to know what I wasn't going to do. And everything else kind of stemmed from there. I just knew where I wasn't going to be. I knew what I didn't really want to have happen. I knew what type of, you know what I mean? And I mean, everything from furniture to how I move in my personal life to what kind of car I drive. Like if I got to wait, I'll wait. Whatever I go, if we got to suffer through it, let's suffer through it. Right. Let's stack it up. Let's sacrifice whatever I say.
Hey, God bless you, man. I mean, because I got a lot of, I'm just like you, I got classmates, family members that in prison are dead over stupid decisions. Yeah. And man, I mean, it's just, I was blessed to have a reality check to say, hey man, I am not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I was so blessed to do it at a perfect, I can't say perfect, at an age where I still had time to make adjustments. Adjustments is just something that a lot of people can't handle. If I know how to adjust, or if I didn't know how to adjust, I'm going to fail, man. Anybody will fail. Anybody will fail. Adjustments is just something that you either got to accept or decline.
Or get out the way.
Or get out the way while someone else is going to accept it.
Yeah.
So I'd rather, go with the will and do good things, great things, and try my best to be the next millionaire in the United States of America. Amen. I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do. And so I don't know how all this stuff came along. I don't know how my brain started acting like this, but I'm just blessed, and I thank God that I'm not one of those statistics.
Amen, bro.
Yeah. And I think it's dope because, get your opinion too, Quinn, on the marketing side of things. I think I've said it on every one. I kind of want to get your opinion that to differentiate. I don't know. I don't know of any black-owned beauty suppliers. Maybe you do. You've been in the game
for the most part. They're Asian, though. For the most part.
For the
correct.
Yeah, I was trying not to be out there.
Yeah, I ain't never seen it. Right.
Nothing wrong with them.
No.
But
and how long before now, Quinn, did you know there was black-owned?
I didn't until I went in, until Brittany explained it to me. I did not know that.
So that's been, 2 years?
Since I didn't know?
It's been open.
Yeah. And I found this out, I don't know, when did she do the balloon? A couple weeks ago?
A few weeks ago.
Yeah.
See that? And he's literally next door to you.
He's right. I've seen it. I don't know how many times.
So when I looked at the whole thing, he would always say, man, how do I differentiate myself from all, keeping them from going to so and so and so and so? I said, man, the minute they find out who and what you are, they're going to come start supporting. How do you feel about that on the support and the culture?
What I would do? Or you asking because you asked what I would do in the aspect of like a promotion.
How do you feel about it now that you know?
Okay, how do I feel about the establishment?
Yeah.
I think, first of all, that being black owned and organized, like I said, to that extent, like I say, I hate to be stereotypical in some aspects, but unfortunately, a lot of times we don't take the professionalism route. We will take shortcuts. To see a situation where there's no shortcuts, everything's organized, properly done, very accessible, you know what I mean? Like, it just ran like a legitimate business, you know what I mean? So that aspect of it, salute, complete salute.
Thank you, man.
Expansion, only thing I would say is get in them streets. That's all you can do. Go out there. So I didn't know who you were, but fortunately Brittany knew, and that's word of mouth and so
Right.
on and so forth. And
so guess what? It all came from the podcast. So the podcast brings more awareness,
Yeah,
if you
to
will.
it.
So and it's a beautiful thing, man. And I know it's catching fire. Is social media is growing and stuff like that. I love the fact that we are learning. All of us are learning to start support. So we've met people saying since they met us on the show, or now know they skipped and go past 2 or 3 other beauty supplies
yeah, to come to you.
to come to him. And
Yeah.
that's the main, literally the main soul and purpose for beauty in the city, for to understand, to support
Yeah.
your very own as much. And so I know I've seen you, Quinn. I've seen you a couple times. Cassius is sitting in there 2 or 3 hours, bro, waiting to get you. They not moving. They waiting to get your haircut.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. People travel as far as they travel. That's what's really crazy.
Right.
I'm like, bro, you came from Houston, bro? I
Yeah.
appreciate you, man. I mean, shout out, but
That's some love right there, boys.
but in some cases, you've been touching these guys forever. They just ain't trying to hear it. They'll just make that sacrifice. But in that aspect, the only thing I would say, man, get in them streets.
Yeah.
I think the way you are positioned, once they find out, the rest is history. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I mean, and we gonna support you just cause, I think, personally. But like you said, how many places can we go support?
And seeing
Exactly.
the new streets of social media. So more people now. If you
Yeah.
look at the social media
Yeah.
now,
Agreed.
because he didn't do it at first. He didn't do it that much. He touched on it a little bit, but now he's plastered. Now he's plastered all over it.
Yeah.
And now he's literally getting. I can see it. He said it the other day. People are saying, "Yo, I seen you on social media. I seen you on social media." They're starting to understand who
recognize
he is and affiliation,
Yeah.
and he's becoming attached to the brand personally as a black owner of a beauty supply store, which I think is just phenomenal. I told him this morning. I said, "Bro, every time I think about it, the connection with Jada again, to have her wigs and hair stuff that's going to be supported by a beauty supply store, which is dope to see my baby have that
brilliant,
there.
bro.
That's just amazing in itself.
Yeah, that's super dope.
That's powerful, bro.
Man, I appreciate that, man. It's just every time, even today, I always think about what all I went through and all the sacrifices that I went through just to be here today. And so I appreciate y'all. My ultimate goal is to make sure I have all the necessary needs to help people have the right stuff to boost their self-confidence, self-esteem, everything.
Yeah.
And so Unique Image Beauty Supply is not going anywhere. In fact, it's expanding. And I'm glad you helped me pick my brain a little bit. I just wanted to realize some of the struggles and the things the mistakes that you've done that you would have done differently when you built your store, because there are a lot of people out here that want to build their own salon. I mean, they think it's easy, but it's not. Was it easy?
Not at all. It's war.
Not at all.
Yeah, you gotta go to war.
You got competition. You got
war.
location.
War.
It's war, man.
Prepare for war. Put on your fit. Get your weaponry. Get your arsenal together. Get your squad, and go to war. Because you're finna fight for your spot. The devil gon'. I mean, okay, I tell you, we'll take the devil out the element. I mean, you just gotta understand the nature of the beast.
The nature of yourself. The
Yeah.
doubts.
Man.
That doubt is horrible.
How many
man.
businesses survived
Doubts,
of 5 years?
procrastination.
Right.
What, 2% of most all new businesses fail?
You're gonna
Yeah.
fail.
98% of all new businesses fail. I feel blessed, man, just to still be rocking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's why I say, man, you got to take God with you. If you don't take God with you, the devil gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? The devil gonna
It's
throw his
powerful.
challenges, and if you keep God with you, man, when you look up, you'll be all right. You gonna survive it. You can
Man.
look back with a
There
testimony.
you go.
Boy, Quinn,
You gonna have one.
thank you so much
Yeah.
pleasure.
for
man.
coming to Beauty in the City, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Hey,
man.
shout out to my boy Billy. Hey, I apologize to talk about you again, man.
Billy received
Love
it,
it to
man.
death, Mr. Billy. But y'all, listen, if you in the DFW area and you feel you got motivative stories to tell the whole city, please come by Beauty in the City, man. I would love to hear from you. We interview the top people that motivate and change people's life in this industry. Beauty in the city, man. Dream, you got anything?
Yo, check this out. If you like what you're seeing, which I know you're doing, and you appreciate what we're doing, which I hope you're seeing, do me a huge favor. Like, share, and subscribe, and follow Unique Image Beauty Supply and 5-Star Fades. Give them the Instagram one more time, bro.
5S Fades, big dog. With a 5.
5S Fades, man. We out here, man. It's one time for Kevin Polite in the building.
Thank you so much, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.